Hey guys, I wanted to welcome you and thank you for getting into my rank and rent strategy program. This is where you learn how to rank online properties and rent them out or sell leads and make money. Not just making money, but make passive income. So just want to thank you, welcome you, and maybe go through a few, house rules. Couple of things, guys. You will not find pretty slides, cute cat pictures here. My intent is not to make up some, a few slides and good-looking pictures and fluff up the course and make some money. We will quickly get into the meat and potatoes of ranking a website in the local space. Yes, we will have a module on introducing introduction to SEO and online space. If you're totally new to ranking, don't worry, you're not left behind. But if you're someone who already knows about websites and ranking them, and you want to learn more and some advanced strategies, we'll be getting into that pretty quickly. So like I said, don't expect good looking templates, pretty boring slides in fact, and then we get right into the screen itself, where I share the screen and I show you step by step. um, who am I? Why should you listen to me? So I've been in the online local SEO game, you could say, for the last 4 years. It's October, no, September 2018 right now. Been working a full-time job last 10 years and got into local SEO to make money, right? I was one of those guys. I just wanted to leave my job. I had a great job, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't sit 9 to 5. And if that's somebody like you, like me, if you're like me, this is something for you. Like I said, I'm not a public speaker. I may not be talking smooth here, but some of the things you'll be learning will be like crazy, amazing stuff. Just the free ebook I gave away. And if you haven't got my free ebook, I highly recommend you go through that. I got feedback from people saying that my free ebook had more content, more value um, than a lot of paid content, right? So that's about it. So what are you here? I'm here not to inspire you guys. I'm here to transform you. Once you learn the skills on how to rank, how to set the foundation, and I'll go through all of this in detail. You will transform your life. Imagine if you are just dabbling with online marketing and ranking right now, but then you learn a skill set where you can consistently rank organic and maps and learn to rent it out and make pure passive income. It's a whole different game, right? And if you're a guy who's been reactive so far, buying this shiny object and that shiny object, it's time to get proactive, get down to the work. If you've been like a victim where you've been going through a lot of SEO work and a lot of buying stuff from SEO gurus, hey man, it's time to become a victor. Okay. I Having a full-time job, I was able to make $10,000 a month consistently through my online local SEO rank and rent strategy, and then I quickly hit $15,000, by which it didn't make sense to keep having my job. Um, and the reason I'm saying this is, that I can only tell you the money that I made, the success that I had. Like, money is not the only thing in life, but it's the only thing people keep track of. I can't literally get you inside my head and show you the peace of mind I have when I get up in the mornings and don't have to worry about running to a job, rushing to a job, fighting people in the traffic jam, right? So if you are somebody who's like, hey man, I want money, but more importantly, time freedom, what you will learn here can truly, truly transform your life, if you're serious about it. So over the course of this program, this is what you will learn. One of the first things you will learn is to put the right foundation for your website, so any Google algorithm updates don't affect your site. So many times in this space, I've heard it umpteen number of times, people saying, "Oh my God, was there a Google update? My website just tanked. My website just went down the servers. My call volume dropped. Was there a Google update?" And they're scrambling all the time. If you do the work that I teach you, with the right foundation, making it look natural, it doesn't matter what Google comes up with, Panda, Penguin, it doesn't matter. Most likely you'll be stuck to number one where you need to be stuck to, because Google sees your website as an authority in that space, in that niche, in that city. And we'll go into it. We'll go into how to do the right keyword research. This is something I've taken a lot of courses. I believe maybe one course out of like the 20 or 25 I've taken talks a little bit about it, and I go deep into it based on my research. So the right keyword research to, get you ranked for not just one keyword, multiple keywords, and get call volume going. How to rank sites in highly competitive niches. I had put out case studies of how I ranked, websites in the local space with 800 searches a month, ranked in 1,000 searches a month. These are tough cities like Chicago and tough niches. I don't want to name the niches, then you can Google and find the niche and the city that I'm in. But you can rank in highly competitive niches too if you want to. But bottom line, you are learning all these skills to create a passive income, and as passive can get. What do I mean by that? Um, I have my one of my earliest websites. It's in the free service niche in a city of about 200,000 population. I ranked it and rented it out for $1,500 a month in, I believe, May of 2016. So it's been like 2.5 years so far. Month after month after month, it's been giving, producing me $1,500 a month. And about 3 months ago, I had a talk with the owner, and his business has more than tripled, over the last 2.5 years. He's thankful. The impact you can have in a business owner's life is amazing, and it's now up to $2,000 a month. But in the last 2.5 years, it's been like $1,500 a month, month after month. So that's how passive you get. And I talk to him maybe once in 8, 9 months. I reach out to him and just call him and say how are things going, just to be in touch with him. I mean, you can literally have it's passive income. What do we cover in this course? I will be going over a little bit of a mindset which helped me go from a novice to a ninja SEO expert. Ninja is a term I use, um, which basically, means you're an expert and you can come and crush this thing, right? So we'll go a little bit about our mindset. We'll talk a little bit about a brief background on what is SEO, what does search engine optimization stand for, if you're a beginner. We'll do a lot of white hat SEO. By the way, white hat, gray hat, black hat, I don't totally, I mean, those are just terms to me. If you're doing any kind of SEO, understand you're doing something that's against the terms of service of Google. Google does not want you to influence a website to get to the top so you benefit, right? So I know there are guys out there who are like, hey, I only do white hat SEO. I don't do any black hat SEO. Any kind of SEO is black hat in Google's eyes. So these are all just different people's perspectives. But I'm throwing it out there because I'll be teaching you a lot of white hat SEO, meaning um, a lot of stuff on how to do it so it looks natural and clean and your site's not affected. I'll be showing a little bit of gray hat SEO that I do that borders between white and black hat, let's put it that way. And I'll also show you a couple of black hat techniques, which if you want to do it, great. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But that involves a little bit of spamming, okay? But most of the time it's white hat SEO and you can pick and choose. I say use a supermarket approach. If you go to the supermarket, you just don't buy everything, right? If you don't eat, if you're a vegan and you don't eat meat, you don't go and shout at the counter that sells meat. You just don't go that side. You go and buy vegetables. Use the same approach, right? Take what you want. Bottom line is you can learn to rank a website and then be able to rent it out and make money. I'll also get into advanced ninja tactics to get a stubborn website into the map pack and page one organic. And then we'll go over some client acquisition methods that I use. A couple of things before we jump into the meat and potatoes, guys. Any business, there's technical skills and there is the mindset or the emotional side, right? We will be getting into the technical side, but I want to take about 5 minutes and go through the mindset because that did take some time for me to get the mindset. Once I mean, I was struggling for 3 years. I shouldn't say struggling. I was making a decent enough income, maybe about five to $10,000 a month. It was fluctuating. It wasn't consistent for about 2.5, 3 years in the online space, along with my job. Um, but I was also running around 24 hours a day, answering questions to clients and things like that. And I was, you know, if a website went down a bit, I was down. If the client screamed on the phone, I was a little bit down. The emotional stability and the mindset. And then there was a couple of things I jumped a lot. I dived into personal development and went through, you name it. I probably bought the book and studied it and all that. But there's a couple of things that helped me make some significant shifts, and I want to share that with you. Hopefully, you would find some value in that, and it'll useful, maybe useful to transform your life. But bottom line is, there's a saying that when the why is big enough, you will figure out the how. When the why is big enough, the facts don't count. What do I mean by that is when you're clear about why you're doing anything, if you want to lose weight, if you're clear about why, you will figure out a time to work out. If you're clear about why you bought this course, why you want to create a passive income of, let's say, $10,000 a month, your first goal, let's say, you will figure out how. It doesn't matter if you're a single mom with 3 kids and 2 jobs, you will figure out the how to make it happen, right? You have to make the why so clear. The why are you doing it so clear. Um, and the other thing I wanted to let you know is um, I made this mistake. Once you get in the online space, there is so many ways you can make money. There is so many shiny objects. There's always a guru selling the next big best thing, the next shiny object. And I made the mistake too for the first couple of years. I was offering everything to every client. I was providing SEO services to clients. I was doing lead gen SEO services. I was doing Facebook ads. I was doing AdWords. I was doing funnels. I was also doing print services for clients. I was getting into funnels, email marketing, and I was just spread thin, and I just couldn't. There was no way, if your energy is split between so many, there's no way you're making progress anywhere. And then I decided, what, I sat down and I'll show you something that I did, the next couple of slides. But basically, I decided, what do I really want? And I figured out why I want that. And then I put some massive action plan. And within a couple of maybe 3, maximum 4 months, I was able to go from about 5 to 6, 7, fluctuating to 10K a month, month after month, consistent, because I focused on one thing. And the other thing I realized as I did that was I actually became pretty good at that one thing, which was ranking local websites and renting them out, right? I could rank pretty much any site at any niche in any city. Of course, I don't claim to say I can rank 100% of the time, but most of the time. And in the process of doing that, in the process of testing so many different websites and strategies and ranking techniques and tactics, you create some breakthroughs, and that's what happened. I had big SEO gurus with so many thousand people in their groups and courses reaching out to me, and we partnered and doing white label stuff and things like that. And in my interactions with a lot of these online marketers, I realized nobody knows everything, obviously. Nobody really knows the Google algorithm. If they knew it, we'd be ranking everywhere, right? But these are all like we test it and figure out certain things. But you can learn from each other. But what I also realized was, hey, I knew pretty much quite a lot compared to most SEO guys out there, and that's why I had this. Okay, if it took me 4 years to figure all this out and ups and downs, I bet there are hundreds of, if not thousands of people out there, and I wanted to just do a little bit to help them out, make an impact, and if I can shorten your learning curve, going from zero to success, whatever success is defined for you, why not, right? And then I'll also teach you a little bit about, how once you make your first $10,000 a month, focusing on one skill set, which could be local lead gen, which is what you got into this program for. You can then build systems out. You can hire VAs. You can automate it, and then you can buy back your time, so you can, go into and learn something else if you want to. One of the biggest things that helped me was something called a rapid planning method. I used to do a lot of to-do lists every single day and scratch them out and things like that. But after a while, I came across Tony Robbins. I follow a lot of his work. And a rapid planning method, when I started implementing this, it actually shortened my journey from zero to success in anything, not just online, but in other areas of life too, and even small projects. Basically, what RPM stands for is Rapid Planning Method. But it also, you could say it stands for Results Oriented, Purpose Driven, Massive Action Plan. And it's just simple. It boils down to the fact, sit down, take a notebook, and write down, what do I really want? It could be, what do I really want out of one project? What do I really want out of my day? What do I really want out of my life? What do I really want out of the month? It doesn't matter if it's a project or a vision for your life or the monthly goal. It just write down what is it you want. What is the results that you want? So as an example, let's say you're looking to this, you bought this program because you want to make $10,000 a month passive income in the next 90, 60, 3, 6, 9 months, it doesn't matter. You want to make $10,000 a month passive income. Write that, make sure you write it out clearly. What do you really want? And then write down what's your purpose. Why do you want that $10,000 a month? In my case, when I wrote that down, $10,000 a month passive income, my reasons made it more clear. And the reason was I wanted to buy my time back from my job so I can spend it doing what I love to do. I can spend it I love getting up in the morning and not being rushing to work. I want to read book, meditate, take care of my health. I want to spend a lot of time with my family, my wife and kids. I love traveling. And so as soon as I wrote that goal, and more importantly, wrote down why I want the $10,000 a month passive income, and I wrote down as many reasons as I could, and you should do the same. The more reasons you have, it becomes more and more ingrained in your mind as to what you really want and why you want it, right? Once I was clear, then I put a massive action plan. In my case, my massive action plan was what's the shortest way to get $10,000 a month passive income? In my mind, it was ranking websites and renting it out. And I went after it. And like I said, 3, maybe 4 months, I hit $10,000 a month. It was actually astounding, like how quickly you can reach your goal. Like sometimes we overestimate what we can achieve in 3 months. We underestimate what we can achieve in 1 year, right? And so when I put the goal, I actually thought it'll probably take me a year. I hit it in about I would say 4 months, 3.5, 4 months. It was insane, really. I'll teach you how I did that here. So this is something I highly recommend you do, rapid planning method, so you are crystal clear that the next time you see a shiny object with an SEO guru or an online marketing guru come up with something new, you're not really, derailed out of your track. Until you hit your $10,000 a month, get that. Just focus on that. The other thing I also did was Robin Sharma. He's another self-development guru out there. He has a 1991 rule. And this helped me because I had a job, full-time job. I had a young family. I had a couple of other things going on. But the 1991 rule basically says that for the next 90 days, take the first 90 minutes of every day and focus it on the one most important thing in your life right now. So if your first goal is to make $10,000 a month passive income, it could be 5,000, whatever your income is, passive income, so you can leave your job maybe, or if you're already in a position, maybe, whatever your, learn the skill set so you can rank at will, rank any website at will, if that's your goal. For the next 90 days, next 3 months, next quarter, take the first 90 minutes of every day. So if that means getting up an hour and a half earlier, do that. If that means just shutting yourself in a room or somewhere, do that. 90 minutes of your day and focus it on one single thing. And I'd highly recommend you just focus it on going through these videos, taking action, implementing them, seeing results, failing, learning again, and doing it again and seeing results, right? I would highly recommend this and your life will actually transform. Okay, that's the other thing I did, and it helped me. And then lastly, the other thing I did was I visualized. I know it's a it sounds cheesy, visualize. Every other guru out there is saying visualize, but I do it a little bit differently. And basically, I've read a lot of books on visualization, and I would highly recommend you look into works by Dr. Joe Dispenza or even Vishen Lakhiani, Mind Valley. I mean, there's so much content out there on visualization. But what I did basically was I visualized. I took 5 minutes a day, preferably first thing in the morning. I just visualized how I would feel once I make the $10,000 a month. How I would feel is not just, oh, I got $10,000 a month, oh, I'm in the beach because thanks to the passive income, but how I would feel when I've achieved that goal. So in my case, how I would feel when I could get up excited, I could do my reading, my meditation, my visualization. I don't have to be rushed going to a job. I could play with my kids. Just how would you feel that? Okay. Sometimes I would even visualize I would go to the edge of traffic and then watch all the people running to a job. I'm like, oh my God, I was doing this once upon a time. right? So that's just couple of things I did, and so you can do this. But once you have all this, just some background stuff, I'm excited for you guys. Let's jump right in.